Taking no shorts. Coming right up.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Taking. Let me make sure. Yeah. White to red, green or white. Yeah. That's it.
There you go. A little feedback the whole time.
That's why it's backwards. As backwards I am. After the intro. See, you had. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Taking No Shorts podcast. This is probably going to be episode 96. I am your host, Jay Grizzy Green.
Exactly.
AKA Mr. Leave No Meat on the Biz Zone. At the time of this recording, the second week of June 2025, I'd like to thank everybody that has encouraged, been a part of Taking No Shorts podcast in the comments, sharing this. And again, I continue to ask you to share, but especially I'm trying to get my YouTube and my TikTok numbers up. So is it generically? Generically and organically. Thank you, guys. So please go to tiktok.com / Taking No Shorts pod and youtube.com / at Taking No Shorts pod. That's spelled TAKINNOSHORTS Great conversation we're going to have tonight.
Exactly.
Great. Who said that? Let me go ahead and first introduce the guy to my left, your right. He is one of the original founding members of the VCU Four Horsemen back in the 90s.
Exactly.
He is known as the world television champ.
Exactly.
And I done gave y'all all that. He was also my college roommate.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, a friend of mine and hopefully a friend of you, a long-time member of Taking No Shorts podcast, the homeboy. Oh, you don't need to know his name. It's on his goddamn hat. Unless you Stevie Wonder. It's really strong, don't you think? The volumes. I'll fix the volumes. Hello, Brent.
Hey, what's up, Jay?
Not much, man. Thank you for coming. Hey, you what you got over there? You got snacks galore.
Oh yeah, I always got to have a little something. I got my favorite.
It's called cheer wine.
Cheer wine.
He's the straight edge.
That was a fun taste. It tasted like medicine.
Oh, come on, man.
It's like syrup.
It does taste kind of funny, but I've been drinking it since I was like 3.
I have his cheer wine here as well. So
yeah, and I got
Reese's Pieces. Yeah,
peanut butter pie. Yeah, Reese's. Good try.
Good try. Again, thank you, Brent. I'm sure we in the audience is going to love what you have to bring to episode 96 today. To my right, to you folks left, he is a recurring guest here at Taking No Shorts podcast.
Exactly.
He is a stand-up comedian here, originating from the RVA.
Exactly.
Also went to high school with him, but as you could tell, we definitely didn't run in the same circle. Ladies and gentlemen, a friend of mine, or hopefully a friend of you, Mr. Joey Boombatz. What's up, man?
Oh, not much. What about yourself?
Oh, I can't call it. Thank you again for coming back to Taking No Shorts podcast.
Always a pleasure.
What's been going on with you lately, man? I seen you at the I think they did a last. They wrapped up.
Basic City.
Yeah, shout out to Basic City Comedy. Long time open mic room
I was there, but I did not sign up to go up.
Why?
They were pieing people.
They were throwing pies at motherfuckers?
No, you would pay for a pie, $5, and then you could walk up and hit somebody if you wanted.
Yeah, that place was on some other stuff. What was it? Describe the first time you went to Basic City. How was it to you? Like, what did you say to yourself? And where was that along the lines of your comedy room experiences here in the DMV RVA?
It was a total shock because I'd never seen anything like it. So.
It was so fucking refreshing. Those guys.
It's like you as a comic, you just want to get your shit off. You want to go up there, see what you got to say, get your shit off. Hopefully, you make some people laugh.
Right.
But
they edit.
They behind you, fucking with you, and it's like,
yeah. B, you got it. I'll send you a couple of links. They wrapped up. I want to say 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
2 Wednesdays ago.
But it was a comedy room around over on the Manchester side of RVA, and I found out about it through the Richmond comedy scene social media group. I don't know if you're in that or not. Yeah. So, and of course, when I was like, yo, I'm itching. I'm feeling that itch again to go back and see if I can wet my pal a little bit back and stand up. And I was just, exploring the rooms before I go just to see.
That ain't the room.
That ain't the room. I went to there and then the one around the way on Carey Street, Home Sweet Home.
Okay.
And I went to Home Sweet Home and I got into a debate with a gay guy about something. And I said the most positive shit in the world, B. I said, if I was gay, I'm definitely gonna be on top. I'm fucking you. Nobody's fucking me.
Exactly. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Nobody's fucking me. And then of course it was younger people, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a black Gen Xer, you dig? So I'm like, the younger people grew up way, what do you call it?
Softer.
Damn, who said softer?
I mean, he not wrong.
So I was just like, okay, guys.
Does that mean we raise them softer?
I think it's everybody's individual way of raising their kids is different. But and I'm not generalizing, but I just think it all depends on how you came up and what you learned, so you don't put it off on your kids.
Yeah.
So I teach. I got 3 men that I raised, and I know now that they're like what they is because I'm the man of the house. I'm the man that they saw. I'm the man that raised them. So they're like and it's 3 of them. So there's 3 different versions. And honestly, I've had them all at different stages in my life. Like I wasn't the same guy. I had my first son at 17 years old.
Exactly.
Shout out to Mike, his birthday in a couple of weeks.
My daughter's birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday to you. Go ahead, give her a shout out.
Happy birthday, Michaela. Her and her mom out. Gallivanting.
Oh, Jesus. I'm trying to get to the applause that I gave your daughter. Oh, wow.
That was much funnier than
Happy birthday, Michaela.
Yeah.
But
trip without me.
17 was when I became a father. So he was like the test baby, the test child, like everything. And the relationship we have is, of course, because I'm in his life, is, spectacular. But we have a communication. Like he always said, well, I was only 17 years behind you, Dad. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. So, we kind of bond on that. And my middle son, 10 years later, he's I had him when I was 37. 37. And I had 20 years or so to learn from my first son. So I was just like, okay, I was more softer. I gave a more softer hand to him. And so, not to say, because he's definitely not soft. Let's keep that clear.
Exactly.
He was the one to say, Dad, we might want to arm ourselves to the teeth after January 6th. And he loves his Second Amendment rights, So, and I was just like, and I appreciate him for who you are, son. I love you. And then my youngest son, he saw all his bushes like, yo, I can't wait to get the fuck up out of here and bounce. Like, he was like, as soon as he was 18 and started touching some bread. But the softest, to your point, or whoever said was soft, to your point, like, it all depends on how we was raised. Because I think I was raised, and looking back at it, and we grew up in the West End of Richmond, Virginia. Yeah. We grew up in the hood. Yeah, but looking back at it, it really wasn't. Like if I grew up,
would say middle class.
We grew up middle class, and we were probably the first generation of black folk that try to get a leg up after segregation.
Yeah,
our folks work hard, saved a little money. White folks flew out to the county, sold a house to mom and dad, and then they tried. We gave it our best. So we didn't have it bad, but we knew we had to work. That's the thing. Yeah.
Oh, I was poor.
Exactly.
I was poor.
Yeah, you was growing up in Jim Crow South. I remember you to the story, and folks could go back on the previous episodes where you went into the store somewhere in Capron or something. Was it Southampton or somewhere down there?
Somewhere down, yeah.
Yeah, and you had to go. This is in the 80s. You still had to go through a separate entrance.
It was like 80, 81 maybe 79.
Oh, God, man. It was. Aren't we all the same age?
It was in Boykins, Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even want to give Boykins a shout out for that bullshit. I'm just saying, but
the black folks had to go through the back door, and white people could get in front of you in line.
Just move, nigga.
And this is in the 80s.
Yeah, it was like about
late
79,
70s, early 80s.
79, 80s.
Wow.
So, based off of that, you raise your kids off of the circumstances that you might have had to deal with. What I learned is the circumstances that I had to deal with, you don't have to I won't say push that on your children. And that's where I think they get soft at. Because if you don't push it on them and say you need to work hard about something, as soon as they get a I get a hangnail, I'm going to the doctor. I am going, I got a boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take care of it. Your thoughts?
I mean, I don't know about that, because going back to it's sort of on topic, but sort of off topic.
It's okay. We can be on wherever you want tonight.
My son, I was telling him story about my father, his grandfather, because he grew up downtown Richmond, like the early 1900s.
Oh, your dad?
Yeah, my dad. And it was ice cream store around there. And I was telling him the story. I can't remember the details that I'm telling him. But it was basically, he went in there as a white guy serving ice cream. And he was like, he wanted some ice cream. And
your dad wanted ice cream?
Right.
Okay.
And the guy that owned it had people up underneath him working for him. He was like, get the nigga some chocolate ice cream. And ever since that day, he never ate chocolate anymore. Or rather, he would never buy chocolate. He would buy vanilla, coffee, whatever.
He told you the story?
Yes. And I'm telling my son this story. And his takeaway from it was,
chocolate ice cream is good.
No, his takeaway from it was, well, when did Baskin Robbins come out?
Oh, shit. I can't even say. Hold on. Let me get
You hit it in Braille?
I don't know. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do the drops. I couldn't get to the drop fast enough.
And I'm like, what? You didn't hear what I did?
So the gist is he missing, even with you taking the time to explain to him how racism can affect you as a black man as a young black man. He missed that point, and he was just like, but ice cream, Dad. All I heard was ice cream. See, this is what I was going.
But he was grown though.
Oh damn,
he's grown.
Yeah.
Where is it? Here is it. So, like, what I was going with it was, well, if I was your dad, rest in peace to your dad, I would have been like, you call me a nigga, but I love chocolate ice cream. Give me that goddamn chocolate ice cream, goddamn it. But I get the point. And so, because your son was worried about the brand of ice cream,
it wasn't even so much as that, because it was, I think the thing that brought it up was I had bought some ice cream, and I'm kind of plain. I just always get vanilla
because of that.
No, I get vanilla because that's just like,
that's just your thing.
Yeah, it's go-to. You can put anything in it. It goes with everything.
What is your go-to topping for vanilla?
I would like hot fudge, some whipped cream, cherry, sprinkles.
That's a sundae.
Yeah.
The hot fudge melts the ice cream.
Yeah.
But that's not ice cream.
It's good though.
We're going to have to pause this whole goddamn podcast. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, in just a few. Joey Boombatz telling his son about how his granddad, what did he say, 1900s? Early 1920? Did you do?
Yeah, it was early 1920. I think 23 to be exact.
Wow, your dad was like, see? You know? Oh, I don't know how your dad would have been in Centers.
Oh yeah,
he was smoke or stack in Centers, right?
He was a gambler. So.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Centers yet.
What?
Oh, it's good.
Yeah,
you will see. So, what do you have? Joey Boombatz, ladies and gentlemen, is pulling out his wallet. He got a gang identification, so he don't get deported. So. Look at that shit. Look at that shit right there. You know.
Was that a Trojan? What?
No,
please don't get that.
Yeah, my wife would try to kill me.
That man got to go home. So you have a picture of him?
I got his ID, but I don't know if I got it in here.
Oh, it's okay. Brent.
Here we go.
That's him.
Yeah.
I'll look at his. That's a player.
That's a dad right there.
Yeah, that's a dad. I'm looking at the off camera. Yeah, 1923.
That's what I thought.
1923, and
I guess it was when he was a little kid, so it might have been like 1930 or something.
This was taken. The picture was 20 years before 20 years ago, pretty much. So,
his last ID.
So did he go take the test to get that, or?
I don't know if he had to take the drive. You know, after you did it, all you gotta do is go down.
Keep going back. And
and they'll
now you gotta
redo it.
have a real fucking ID.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting that.
I mean, if you want to go out the country and not want to.
No, they say you got to have it just to fly to New York, fly to L.A.
Get in federal building.
What is that? What is that about?
I have no idea. It sounds to me like
Big Brother or some shit. Like,
no, not so much as that, but like just another way to tax you. Because why is it?
Does it cost more to get?
Yeah, it costs. It's like $20
more than getting a regular license,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to put yourself in a database to get fucked with.
Yeah.
For color folk. This is what I'm saying. White folk ain't got to worry about real ID. What the fuck is real ID? B, Raising Michaela.
Yeah.
What are the challenges you've seen? Because she's just graduating. So she's one of these young people I'm talking about.
She had
that think Baskin Robbins can beat racism.
She probably has no idea what a Baskin Robbins is.
Why? She don't eat ice cream?
Oh, she was the only child. Didn't get out much.
All right, I get you. I got you.
You know, she had Asperger's.
Okay.
Until like she was like 17.
That's on the spectrum. Right?
Oh yeah, so it's like 17, 18 years old. The medicine like barely worked. She was always having like episodes and just anger issues and things and craziness. But now she's
a menace.
Oh no. This girl now, she's in college. She got friends and she's like the leader of her little group.
I'm about to give her a round of applause, but I don't want to.
Hit the wrong button again.
Yeah, I don't want to hit the wrong button. Shout out to you, Michaela.
She got a boyfriend now.
Yeah, I know you hate that.
Oh yeah.
What can you do? What can you do?
White boy. And he said,
especially what can you do in 2025?
She said, Dad, I'm not. She called me father. She don't call me Dad. She said, Father, I'm not ready to have sex, and we're not doing anything.
That's a lie. That's a whole lie.
No, I believe that.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
I ain't trying to throw shade on her or nothing, but really?
Yeah, I believe that. The part I don't believe is when she said, and he's a virgin too, and he's not ready.
Yeah. But you can't believe.
So neither one of them have ever masturbated. That's what you're saying, right?
They've never had intercourse.
Why? That's the thing. I mean, that's the thing, though.
Right, but once you get that first nut,
going back.
Yeah. And
once
to know it has another level.
Yeah.
You get that third degree, that hit that bottom, like the girl, the lady said the meme. She said, "You can't let them hit the bottom. You hit that bottom, that's your ass." All right,
She likes that other white meat.
Well, actually, she doesn't know yet.
I have so much confidence in like the future because bullshit,
A bullshit.
One thing about bullshit is it reeks, it stinks to high heaven, and if allowed, it'll rise to the top. And the truth will come out, and kids are not stupid.
Yeah,
kids could see, the young folk could see what it is. I told, I'm not going to say who, but I told a friend of mine, we was having this conversation about the economics of the country in the times that we live in. And I said, yo, when I have conversations with these young folk, they is fit when I'm out in the universe, they gonna rip this shit up. They gonna turn this mother out. And if you make it bad enough, they willing to die for that shit.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of speculative people talk about like revolution can't happen in the United States. You got to beat it down with you can't hold or suppress truth. You just can't. It will eventually show up. And if you got a lot of bullshit in you, which
half the country does.
Your hypocrisy will show itself. Speaking of which, not hypocrisy, but just we in the month of June, second week of June, when this episode will probably come out. And I know B, when I reached out to you, you said you wanted to talk about what this month or the declaration of folks. So take it away, B.
Yes, of course. My issue, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's like I was surprised because I just I like numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in and I looked at the numbers of men. Well, can't say it online anymore. Men deleting themselves. Can't say the S word online.
Yeah, that's serious business.
Because they bleep that now. It's crazy. But it's 39,000 a year.
They don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, 3,300 a month, 750 a week, 110 a day. It's like 5 an hour. 1 every 12 minutes, a man is offing himself.
How what do you think is? I'm getting you. I'm glad you gave me those numbers because I did not know. I'm educating myself. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know specific numbers. Being a man myself, last time I checked.
Let me see.
Yeah. You got to
down, big fella.
I was in therapy last week, and I was telling the therapist, I said, tired of being depended on. I'm tired of being the Neo to a lot of to be the one.
Yeah.
For a lot of motherfuckers. And of course, the therapist was like, just cut the check, nigga.
Damn.
Yeah, you know.
And that's one of the major reasons.
Right.
Is the stress of always having to perform and ever being appreciated for what they do. Is just expected of us to go out and get it.
And with that, you know, that with that point, and I came home from that session, and I told my wife, I was just like, this is what I said. I was saying, I'm tired of A, B, C, D. And then, of course, because everything you do, especially in your car, on your devices, the whole fucking, the matrix, the AI is listening to.
Yeah.
So here you go. Here it is. I think AI is a straight nigga. Because here go this nigga. This nigga say, now he bombarding me with all this manosphere, red pill, blue pill shit. Oh, you think you got a lot on your motherfucking plate? You know, here's a place where you can come sit and enjoy the complaining of other men about how much shit you got to do. And I straighten my fucking back out. So fuck that.
Perfect.
Bullshit.
Red pill is great.
Go ahead, B. I'm gonna let you finish because I'm seeing where I'm seeing. You know, I know you got your points, and I see where you're going, and I want to listen to it because that first point is crazy. They unaliving themselves because the pressure is too hot.
Well, it's not just the pressure, the loneliness, the being unappreciated, actually going out here being disrespected by women.
Yeah, where's your dad? Where's your dad's idea? What did Joe's dad do in 1943 when he felt something disrespected? You ain't got to pull it out. But I'm gonna throw it to you. I'm gonna get back to you. And I'm just juxtaposing where we are as men, as black men in 2025. Because I'm there, bro. I just told the whole world that it's gonna come out. You know?
I have no idea because, to the best of my knowledge, you know, my father he loved to gamble, so he stayed in the streets.
Did he give you the over under on the 1969? Was you born in 69?
No, 72.
72. Did he give you the Ali Frazier fight?
No, his shit was crap.
Craps.
Yeah, that was his thing.
That shit paid a lot of bills for you, man.
Yeah, it bought him the house on Maplewood.
Hey, man.
And a house in Churchill that he wanted to turn into a gambling spot.
Yeah.
But
my great, I did my ancestry, right? Back in 2014, all the way up until today. I got on my who is I, who am I coming from, at least from the time we landed 1619 in Jamestown, right? So I saw a clipping, 1940 something. It came up, and they'll give you an alert if somebody in your bloodline shows up in the newspapers back in the day. And my great two grandfathers, so great grandfather Howard Herbert Green got busted in a crap house. They arrested them all. Everybody in the crap house in 1943. They charged them in some, gambling in a house of ill repute or some shit. And I was like, yo, this man probably was out there to hustle to come back and feed his fucking 6, 12, 13 motherfucking kids because y'all won't give him a goddamn job. And then you gonna lock him up for trying to get some bread. That story made me, when I heard the crap story, because it just took me back. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, no. He was a construction worker, I guess, by day, but gambler by night. That was his thing. Or rather, that was his.
It supplemented his income.
Yeah. And he would gamble at work, at lunch and stuff. Lots of times he got into trouble with my mom because he would take everybody's paychecks. So he was nice with it.
He was nice with it. Yeah. He was nice with it. That's all I wanted to hear.
That was an interesting story. Like Howard Herbert Green got busted, and all these decades later, Green busted in a Herbert.
Real shit. And on top of that,
Sorry.
In the census records, our families lived, even all the way up till today.
Mm-hmm.
Our families lived like they were like 2 houses down.
Damn.
Didn't know each other. That's just strange.
Yeah.
You know, you take you. I mean, but then it puts in perspective. Like they kept niggas, they kept black folk. You couldn't move out.
That red line.
Yeah, and it was Idlewood, right across the street from the West End School. So my oldest son's mom's family lived on that block, and then my maternal side's family lived 2 doors down.
Mm.
And when I told her this, she was just like, "Are we related?" I was like, "My son does not have crooked eyes." Goddamn. But I was like, "Yeah." I said, "No, we're not related." But strangely enough, her dad, God rest his soul, when he met me, and it's difficult, you know, when you meet a teenage daughter's dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me the once over, and my uncle told me this, God rest him soul, there's a lot of my peoples have passed. My Uncle Mark, when he came home from doing a 40-year bid, he was just like, "Yeah, I know you ain't know I knew her dad. He was out in the street, you know, out in the streets. If it's Idlewood, West End, and Meta, Idlewood and Meta, that around those parts, like that day he was out in the streets, and he was just like, "Yeah, I know him." And I told him, he anyway, to put the story together, when he met me and they told him who I was or what my pedigree was, he was just like, "You're a good nigga. you could be in the bloodline, you know." So
You can date my daughter.
You can date my daughter, you know, because I guess I passed for him as a real one. I'm sorry, Brent. You know, we hear tangents here at episode 96 at Taking Those Shorts.
Chasing them squirrels.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna hashtag chasing them squirrels, goddammit. But it's June, Men's Mental Health Month. You got another point on that. I stopped the point. Here's how I'll bring it back. The point was you hit me with a number, and then I thought about, like, the first thing I said was, don't nobody care about that, and that's the issue. That's the problem. Like, and then it makes you even feel guilty after a while that I feel some kind of way that I shouldn't even be saying something about, you know. And so that what got me into the red pill, blue pill shit. So but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, but you're right. Men hold on to it. They let it stay inside and fester in them, and they don't let it out. They don't have an outlet. You can't talk to women about it.
No, they gonna eat your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Pause. They gonna chew you up and spit. A real chick is gonna. I don't know.
It depends on what you define a real chick.
Yeah, I don't know.
People say real and they mean all kind of stuff anymore. It don't really mean nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I've opened up to some women, and she like, "Nigga, if you don't get your
I'm a man. I'm 40.
you don't get your pussy ass out here." Oh, my face.
You sure can't cry about it.
Oh, I cry, man. I'm a crier.
And not in front of people.
I'm a crier.
Yeah,
and I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I don't know about you. That's it. Joe, you cry in front of your people?
Yeah, a few times. Yeah, like
yeah. You see, it's
when my wife got sick.
Yeah.
That was stressful.
Yeah, it's a tug. It's okay. Look, we're about to tell Joe, it's okay, Joe. You don't have to do it on the pod, but but it's okay. Like
that's fine.
I cried so many times. I cry. I'm the John Boehner. I know who the fuck John Boehner is.
I don't know.
John Boehner was a congressman during the Obama years, right? White man, super tan, blue-eyed white man from Ohio. He got out when the orange dude came in. But if you said something that touched his I want to say his heart. I ain't gonna say his soul because I don't know his soul. But if you say something that touched his heart, he cried.
Yeah.
And that's me. if somebody say something to me that resonates with me, I'm crying, and I ain't got no qualms about it. You might have seen. I don't think you seen. You seen me cry?
No.
All right. Well, you ain't.
It's a good thing too.
Yeah, you gotta. It's like a good. It's diarrhea. It's like good shit.
You gotta let it out.
Oh, Joe is like, y'all the gayest niggas I've ever been on a podcast with.
Even in the Bible, John 11:35.
Why you gotta do that?
Jesus wept.
Wait a minute.
Jesus wept.
You're an atheist.
You two
like
of
me.
you two are the most ungodliest sons of guns I've had.
Yeah, you can't quote the Bible when you don't believe in it.
But the viewers do.
Yeah, the viewers do.
So I want them to. I want them to connect, even though I'm an atheist, and they believe what the Bible says.
Jesus Christ!
Look it up. John 11:35. Jesus wept. Y'all know about that.
I cry.
Yep.
So I ain't got no qualms with crying. Continue, Brent.
I'm just saying, all you gotta do is talk to somebody, call somebody. There's numbers. Is you can just text or call 988.
Yeah, I remember
somebody
seeing
will
the
talk to you
text
about it.
There are people just waiting for
the
those
comedians
texts.
Yeah,
because it's like Texas.
You can save a life from a text.
Yeah,
Texas can take a minute. Like you get that last text.
It's an actual company. It's the National Suicide Prevention Hotline.
What if the person that's working that day is tired?
Yeah, like they fell asleep while on the phone.
Yeah,
they hear it, but like
they done got depressed hearing all these calls.
You
deal with this.
So you can text or call the number though. So you can either get
because the technology, by the time the text come through, it gives you a quick profile. It's first of all, it's a man. Second of all, it's a black man. Oh shit, go ahead. That's how you can easily fall like that.
Yeah.
So
I just know sometimes I text my wife. I'm like down the street. By the time I get home, she's just getting a text.
You need to upgrade your cell service. yeah, you because I've done that too.
Please, that's what she told me.
Yeah, no, because that means you don't. You mean to tell me Mrs. Joey Boombatz is like, I hope that's true though.
She's saying, that's
because I called my wife when I was out here hitting mics and stuff. I would call my wife and be like, I'm on my way home. And she was like, why the fuck are you calling me? I was like, where I come from, you let your loved ones know where you're going, where you're gonna be, and when you leaving. So if I'm not back when you paying it, she was just like, dude, I don't give a fuck about you. I could give a fuck about your well-being right now. It's a joke, ladies and gentlemen, but that's how we were raised. That's how we was raised. And so
damn. Right now it's only like 5 people that know I'm in Richmond.
So you just, I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what to tell you.
My roommate probably looking around, where are you at?
Yeah. Like, I don't know what to tell you about that other than get somebody that's going to give a fuck about you. Or be a circle yourself around people that's going to give 2 kumquats about you.
Yeah, that's why I'm in Richmond.
Yeah.
With the people that care about
I care. Yeah, I care. I always say, hey, man, text me when you get into where you're going to lay your head down at and all that. And I had to explain to her, I say, the reason why I do that is because I remember one night I was leaving, I was doing a mic somewhere and I had one too many. And yeah. In the comedy world, I can't say pause. I think comics would know, but
so did Mike enjoy it?
I'm sorry.
You said you were doing mic somewhere.
I was practicing comedy. I was practicing comedy, and I had one too many, but I was good enough to go where I had to get, and then I ran into a fucking roadblock.
Oh,
right, and yeah, and I fugazed the whole fucking thing, but as when you run up on a roadblock, like you could see the roadblock, but it was no. I couldn't Batman left or Robin White or some shit.
Yeah.
Like it was on a straight. They set that shit up so fucking perfect. So cell phone technology. This was the early 2010s. So I pick up the phone. It's like 12, 1 o'clock. You know, I know my wife sleeps. She got to get up in the morning. But, I mean, ain't that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
You
might not get another phone call.
I might be up under the goddamn jail. You know, like you got to be. I pick up the phone. I say, and I call. I say, hey, I'm in a roadblock, right? And plus, she do kind of because you married to somebody like us or comics, you know, or somebody an entertainer that's out here trying to get it like that. Like those type of calls happen where you're out late is what I'm saying. And so she was just, I called and she picked up. I said, hey, I'm about to be in a roadblock. I don't know when I'm coming home. I'm fucked up in the game right now. And I know wherever I go, I get one fucking phone call, goddamn it. Just stay frosty, goddamn it.
Now she's up for the whole night now. We wait until you get home.
You know, she said, what? Now I'm like 6 cars away from the officer coming up to my car. And I'm like, hey, I'm about to, you know, back then, I don't even think it was a camera phone. I think it was just a cell phone.
One of them straight.
Yeah.
State type.
I don't know what I did to fugaze that, but I got through it. I think he gave me a ticket because I had like a headlight out or some shit or whatever. But I got home and I came in the house and she was just like, no, nobody was just like, everybody was still asleep. Ain't nobody give a fuck if I was home or not. Like to your point.
I had an incident with my ex and her friends in college, taking them back to GRC. Roadblock.
Shout out to GRC.
Exactly.
Gladding's
roadblock right there in the middle of the street.
They try to catch the college kids that was drunk.
They were drunk as hell.
Yeah.
I was like, look, I need y'all to act like y'all sleep, turn the radio off.
Did that whole, yeah.
Oh, and I crept up. I was like, I had my license.
Because
officer.
don't be straight ass, so he don't do shit.
He said, you can go ahead. He said it's soft too.
Wait a minute. I would feel some kind of way if the cop say you can go ahead, man. I know you ain't getting no pussy. I know you.
He probably say, look at how old you look. These probably your daughters. I'm like, oh, they make me feel some kind of way now. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And them drunk girls got the car. See y'all later. And they all stumbling. I'm like, I just kept on going. I was like, I'm not slowing down. Y'all get pulled over by them. But yeah, you drunk, you supposed to sneak in.
It was still a win. Counted as a win.
It's a win. Mm-hmm. You got where you had to go. It's a win. You got any more men's mental health?
No, 988. Give them a call. Call me. Text me. Hit me at Illuminados 1437.
You want to share with the audience in the personal stories?
Oh, I can. I'm not going to mention her name, but the girl I was dating, she had some issues with SA back when she was young. Right. And it kind of lingered with her. So she had gotten to a point where it kind of really was bothering her. So I had to actually call the number myself and talk to the people there to see.
Wait a minute, the 988 number?
Yeah.
Because she was wanting to
alive? Yeah, she actually had cut her wrist.
That can happen.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is not good. Yeah. I am not prepared to deal with this. I need help. So I called them up and they talked to me and stuff. And I talked to her and then I got her to go talk to people at her school.
Do you know who?
Well, did they send an ambulance? Because she said she split her wrist.
She cut it, but she didn't cut deep. You can see the scratches across where she
cutters. It is a weird. I don't want to say because weird almost come off like judgmental.
Yeah.
But cutters, like, it's just they trying to relieve themselves of the pain of the essay.
Yeah, it's kind of change one pain to another pain.
But I know you dropped the atheist thing earlier. I'm just telling you, man, you was placed in that person's life for a reason. Nothing happens by happenstance. As a scientist, as a science guy, as one of the smartest guys I know, as someone who I know believes in like the universe and the stars and everything and the gravity and like nothing happens by happenstance. It's just, and to me and you, like, who created the happenstance? Who put that finger on the tip?
That's where you lose me at.
So something had to put somebody. Something had to snap.
When you say who, you don't need a who.
Something had to, like, you had just a big bang. You just had an atom show up out the blue.
No.
And say create everything.
Nothing said anything.
I'm saying, I'm asking you, Adam, the smallest thing that might create anything.
Quarks.
A quartz.
Quarks is parts of atoms made up of quarks.
A QUAR, like a watch?
Quark. It's N with a K.
Okay, educate me.
Yeah, it's an atom. That's the building blocks of an atom. Quarks. It might get smaller than
Somebody
that.
tell me what a quark is other than B. No, tell me, B. What is a quark?
Just what electrons and neutrons. Electrons, but like the neutrons and I want to say
how did they show up? How did they show up?
It's just a natural occurrence of the universe. That's a needing thing to show up to make it happen.
Yeah, man.
How did the maker show up?
I know. I don't. We not even at the maker.
No, but you said if there's a maker, then you have to ask the same questions about that maker.
No, I don't.
Why not?
The quark. I'm basing off of your point. The point is there is a quark.
Yeah.
Okay. All I'm saying is, how did the quark get there? You said
it's possibility. It has always existed.
All right. It's a possibility, and it always existed. Now we 50-50. There's a possibility, and then
because we can go back to the Big Bang.
And then I say, And then I say the possibility is something created the quark. It's something you can't begat from number. You can't begat without no begat. Something got to begat something.
So how did God get begot?
No, we're not doing the begat thing. We talk about a quark.
Yeah, but if you're saying something has it, then that something had to have a beginning too.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying a quark.
So that something has always existed.
It had to. In something had to create.
In the universe,
you gotta
has always existed in some shape or form.
Man, when we need B, I swear to Jesus, please take some DMT with me, man. You need to do some drugs, bro. Jesus Christ, you need to do some drugs.
So I need to be mentally impaired to believe what
drugs. Not all drugs are mentally impaired. There's shit that comes out of the ground that got the same quarks.
Everything has quarks.
Okay. Give me something other than the quark. Because now we talk about quarks. Hold on, let me get you AI. Let me get you AI.
Talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game.
No. Quarks. I'm gonna research it now, and when you come back, I'm gonna have my quark game on point, my nigga.
Yeah, so you're gonna sit back and study Big Bang cosmology.
Yes.
Rapid expansion of the universe, space-time.
Look, man.
All beginning at one single point from an infinitely dense mass.
What I will do is where I go in my head. I go everywhere. Joe, what you got over there? You got the Big Chew?
Bigly.
Oh, Jesus. Holy fucking Christ. Hold on. Let's show that. Hold on. The label is not the same, ladies and gentlemen. Joe.
They upgraded it.
Yeah.
Bubblegum grape.
I haven't seen one of them in a minute.
Big
Five
Chew.
Below.
Damn. Five Below got Big Chew?
Yeah.
That is retro in its of itself, right? Like,
They got grape, strawberry, original, sour apple, and blue raspberry.
You know too many fucking 40, 50, almost 50 years later. Somebody told me, 1980 will be 50 years in like a couple days. What was you doing in 1980, Joe?
I have no idea. I was a little kid then, 8 years old. So.
What was you doing at 8?
Going to school and just outside playing.
How'd you come across the Big Chew?
You mean
Commercials?
Any
Commercials on the cartoon?
No, I saw the shit in the grocery store, in the little convenience store shits. Like I just saw it and was just
I remember the little kids playing baseball in the commercials.
For some reason, I'm thinking like Toys R Us or something.
Okay.
Like a novelty type spot.
We're gonna focus on you. Finish with your mental health.
We are officially closer to the 2050
than we are
to 2000. Yeah.
All right, that's a good segue. I'll try to segue into it. Getting old.
Yeah.
Man, how are you dealing with it, Joey Boombatz?
Not well because I don't feel old. Like
you don't feel it.
I don't feel it,
right.
And I bust everywhere.
Pause. Nigga, don't do that to me.
Yes,
I meant GRTC.
Oh, okay.
And the thing with that is like coming and going from my house. The older people, you're like, hey, grab a 40, pull a seat up. I'm like, I ain't that old yet.
Grab a
40.
What's that mean?
Like a
grab a 40 ounce?
Yeah.
Damn, yeah. I ain't saying 40 ounce since 1992.
Pull a seat up. I'm like, I'm not that old, and I don't even drink like that.
Yeah, true that. Because I've been trying to get this man to smoke some weed with me, have a drink with me, and he said, "Yo, I ain't doing that." Because I thought it was because when you offer some people some libations and some debauchery, they go off the rails.
Debauchery.
Yeah. They go off the rails. So when Joey Boombatz tell me like I'm good, I'm like, oh, you fit. If you do hit this, you like Tasmanian devil. This whole goddamn fucking thing.
You're gonna turn into a Diddy party.
Yeah, it turns into pause.
I got the baby oil.
But he gave me off air the reasons why, and I respect that. All right, so yeah, you're not old because you don't drink 40s no more.
That like my kids' friends, meeting them and stuff. Everybody calls me Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And then for them to put the Mr. in front of it.
Oh man.
Oh, that should be killing me.
It's at work on Mr. Brent.
Well, you got to show them little niggas you got to show them YNs that the Mr. is you got to show them because
it's respectful, but I'm B. Don't call me Mr. Brent.
Yeah. No, you got to show them. You got to show them, guys. The reason why you got to show them so they don't call you that is you got to show them that you're not the 1, 2, 3, or 4.
What do you recommend?
Nigga, grab one by the collar?
No, so you start. I'm sorry?
I grab one by the collar?
No, you gotta go that straight because them niggas will shoot you. them young niggas will shoot you. You say first hit the blunt, and then if the blunt too strong,
it probably will be.
And it probably will be because they got fent and all kinds of shit and they shit. So you're like, okay, all right, you got
they smoking laundry pods and all kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah,
laundry.
Yeah, the little shit you put in the pot
and you get high over it.
Yeah, man. Wow. I don't know what the fuck they got in it, but that's what I hear.
Like whipped cream.
The whippets? Yeah. We grew up in the 90s. Like, we know all of the bot shit. We know all that.
We were huffing paint back then. Some people.
I mean, the white boys was doing that shit. I wasn't doing that shit.
And the gold paint was the best, most preferred.
Joe, you pull them to the side and be like, give me a chance. Give me an opportunity. Not give me a chance. Come hang out with me. And let me show you how I did it. Or you might still do it. Take them to the local adult entertainment spot and show them, because these young niggas, all they ass is on the internet. You need to see some ass up close and personal. God damn it.
The rappers fucked that up.
Yeah, they have.
You used to be able to go to a strip club with like $50 and good for the whole night.
No, you got to have some bank. Yeah, you do have to have some bank. You got to take a band with you. But you got to
have bands.
It's something they got to respect for them. Like, what respect for us was different. Like, respect for us was, we understood because we was paying attention. Their attention spans is that fucking long.
Yeah.
So you gotta, hey man, come, let me show you how I did it. Because that might be a different experience than you be. There's this AI model in my algorithm, and I am this close to let her be on my 401k. There's no
I don't want no parts of that one.
Yeah, there's no way this hoe supposed to be in my bag like this. But
and you say she's AI.
She's ain't even a real hoe. But there's creating fake hoes. Yeah. To get in your pockets, ladies and gentlemen. And I try to tell my sons, the young men that I've raised, they fake hoes out here. I know real hoes that do. Joe is
godly amount.
Yeah, he is cracking out over the chew.
I got like 3 more packs.
Oh, you got 3 more packs? All right, yeah, we're gonna get to the bottom of that. We're gonna take our first break here.
Take me a pack tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna take that Paul's was big, but we're gonna take a first break here, Taking No Shorts podcast, only because I gotta take a tinkle. We'll be right back here. Jay Grizzly Green, Taking No Shorts podcast, episode 96. That's Brentley 1437 checking his something. Yeah. That's Joey Boombatz eating his chew. And we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Is good. And we're back here at Taking No Shorts podcast. I'm your host, Jay Grizzly Green, a.k.a. Mr. Leave No Meat on the Biz Zone.
Exactly.
Episode 96. I think it's been more episodes than 96, but I'm telling y'all, 96 is probably at like 150. It's been some shit.
Both big accomplishment.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of shit that done fell off to the side because this is it's not a one-man operation. It would not be for these two gentlemen. So let me go ahead and introduce the original member of the VCU Four Horsemen back in the 90s.
Exactly.
The world television champ.
Exactly.
And guess what? His name is on his hat.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, B. Whoopsie. That's what you say when you stick your thumb in her ass. Whoopsie. Hello, Brent.
Yeah, what's up, Jay?
You ready?
I'm ready.
I think you are.
Are you ready?
They say they're going to replace him. We're going to get into some wrestling because we big time wrestling fans too. I saw something before as I was putting together the pod tonight. TKO. Let me get to a regular guest here at Taking No Shorts podcast.
Exactly.
He's a stand-up comedian here around RVA. And they usually, if you notice, they say all up and down the East Coast. That means, Joe laugh. That means, nigga, hey, I can't afford to travel right now.
I'm local as a motherfucker.
But when I put the bat signal out, he's always here to give us his take on things. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend and yours, a.k.a. Joey Boombatz. His ass is at the bottom of the pylon right there. Goddamn, man. Wrestling fans since when? First wrestling match? First wrestling match. Live, in-house. The kids don't know a house show.
I can't even tell you. It was at the Coliseum.
Right, of course.
I can't tell you the card, but
you know roughly the year or the who was on it?
I want to say middle school.
I want to put you on. Sorry to cut you off. I want to put you on Midnight Express against the original Midnight Express. WCW TBS 1988. Somewhere around that. If you correct me.
No, I was
you was before that?
Before that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I remember going to the Coliseum. They had Starrcade on closed circuit. It was the
that's 83.
Chi-Town Heat, I think it was.
Chi-Town Heat.
The scaffold match.
That was 87.
It was unification of the
that was Midnight Express, Jim Cornette, Bobby Eaton, and Sweet Stan Lane against
I believe the Road Warriors.
Yeah, the Road Warriors. You went to the Skywalker's closed circuit?
Yeah, at the Coliseum though. It wasn't like how
you wasn't live in Chicago.
Yeah.
Holy hold on. Is that a shit? Do I got a holy shit?
Holy Jesus.
Yeah, that's close enough.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
That's close.
But because Dusty beat Lex Luger for the US title.
Champ. So that's 88. That's 87, 88. It was 87, Thanksgiving 87, going into 88.
I think Flair
went against Ronnie Garvin. I think he got the belt back off him.
I believe so, yeah.
That was it. But you actually went to see this closed circuit?
Yeah.
God damn, Joe.
Big movie screen.
I remember I went to my closed circuit was WrestleMania 2. I'm a little bit ahead of you. WrestleMania 2. Me and my Uncle Wayne, shout out to Wayne.
Exactly.
He got me tickets. WrestleMania 2 was 80. WrestleMania 1 was 85. So WrestleMania 2 is 86. So I'm 2 years ahead of you, or 1 year ahead of you. And it was at what we call the mosque. It's now called the Landmark.
Okay.
And they had closed circuit at the mosque. And he was like, Jay, I got tickets to WrestleMania. I was like, hey, he was a Brock Lesnar guy before Brock Lesnar. He was an amateur wrestler, high school, college type guy. So so I was just like, yeah, Uncle, I'll go. And my uncle, because we had kids so young, he was almost like my big brother. So I was just like, yeah, I'm going. And I'm seeing these bars growing up with my dad taking me to every Friday at the Coliseum. I'm seeing the actual cage. And then I see Bundy and Hogan in this Fugazi cage.
Exactly.
That big blue contract. That's fucking
well, they needed it for Bundy because Bundy couldn't climb that the regular cage.
Yeah. I was just like, that's when I knew I was just I was so disappointed with Crockett Promotions.
With Crockett Promotions?
Yeah. Like when they went away, I was just like, you forcing me to watch Vince McMahon and WWF. You forcing me to, because I didn't want to watch that shit. To me, that shit, short of Superstar Billy Graham, that shit was fugazi. That shit was whack.
They had character.
Yeah, that shit was whack to me. Like, and that's just because. And the strange thing is because of the way, because where I grew up and what I was exposed to, and that's the one thing I will give TKO or WWE or Vince McMahon or whoever is that they extrapolated pro wrestling for everybody. But back when I was coming up, and we're going to talk about
territorial.
Yeah, it was territorial. We're going to talk about growing old because I think we left off on that, right?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah,
and growing old was back when I came up. You had territories, and then you had cable, and then you had Vince McMahon. So I grew up Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, cable, AWA, AWA, and World Class.
I never saw AWA. I saw World Class.
AWA came on ESPN like at 4:00 when you came home from school, probably from like 80.
I remember being Texas. Yeah, World Championship.
World Class had ESPN. God, we taking y'all back. Let me timestamp that for the wrestling. That's the wrestling clip. But World Class had ESPN first.
Okay. Yeah, no, I remember that. I never saw
84, 85. They was red hot. Curry Von Erich against really David Von Erich till he died because I think they said, what do you think happened to David Von Erich?
I couldn't tell you.
What you think?
But that was over in
Japan.
Yeah.
But they say he had some type of intestinal, but the rumor, the scuttlebutt is he was on them because every Von Erich was on them drugs. And the Japanese, because he was in Japan, in Tokyo, I think, and the Japanese frowns upon drug use. So somebody say, swallow that shit, nigga. He swallowed it, the shit didn't sit right with him, and he was expired. He expired. That was the scuttlebutt.
And then one of them lose a leg.
That was Curry. That was Curry. Because he
wrestled with the prosthetic for a while.
He was on the Texas Tornado was doing one of these things, and I wasn't there, so I'm not going to say that he was high. But
odds are
that he had an accident on his motorcycle and had to amputate his leg. He wrestled, he gimmicked his leg throughout his WWE career. Yeah. He didn't stop. He was just like, I lost. You know what? I'm gonna give Curry some grace. Because if I lost,
I would have put him in an ankle lock just because.
And then you're going to get the cloth.
The type of niggas I hang with. No, but for real, like if that happened and I'm on the top of my game, I can see how you could turn to drugs. So that's a bigger shout out to you. Because you're so straight ass. Like Tim told me the one time you had a wine cooler. And you sat down so quick.
Yeah, because everybody was like, drink it. I stood up, had a sip, and then I sat back down. I was already sitting
that's
down.
God telling you the devil was on your shoulder, like you finna be a heathen. That's why you finna jump in with the rest of the crowd.
The devil would have sitting on my shoulder. He was like, "You're one of us." He's like, "One of us."
Yeah.
He's like,
but I've never seen this man over here take a drink or do any substances. So he's better than you, Phil. He's super straight at. When I say super straight at, now he'll knock down more holes than you, but he's super straight at.
I've had 25 drinks in my life.
No, I disagree.
Yeah. But they were on most. Like I probably had.
I take the under
5 on land, and lots of free drinks on the cruise.
On the cruise,
they give you little shots of this.
I think there's some type of maritime law, right? Like if you so many nautical miles in the sea, like the jurisdiction is loose. Like that's why pineapple people upside down, like shit goes crazy down on the cruises, right?
Yeah.
You ever been on a cruise, Joey Boombatz?
Yeah. Other than the Navy.
No, I'm talking about commercial, like shit go down on cruises, man.
Can't wait to go back.
I know you can't. Because you get your
Rhonda. You know Rhonda?
Yeah.
She's on a cruise right now.
She's probably getting fucked out of her brains right now. She probably is.
Dexter St. Jacques.
I'm telling you, shit goes. The stories I hear about cruises and excursions, I'm not going to go there. I'm trying to. Can you give me the?
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all old classmate I used to date.
Yeah.
We were on the cruise, and she was on the dance floor. White lady comes up to her, started dancing. Husband comes behind her. Now they got her sandwiched, and they are on her. And I'm sitting there looking, and she's looking at me like, help. And I'm like, no.
You on your own, man.
And then she looked mad at me, and I was like, all right, let me go get her. But yeah, they were trying to get her. I forgot what she said. The lady told her, asked her something. It was something about coming back to the room.
What suite are you in, young girl? It's great to be an adult, man.
They were trying to get them some. And it wasn't like the couple you would see in a porn. This is like your neighbors, the accountants.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody wants a little extra.
Yeah, they want a little chocolate.
Well, I wasn't making it racial.
I mean, we live in America. When is it not racial? It all comes back to that. Do y'all? I mean, I'm asking your take on that. Is it not?
Well, I ain't gonna say it's always.
I mean, y'all know,
always
we are here at Taking No Shorts podcast.
It's not racial for us.
It's not racial for us because we knew what it was
from
the jump.
No, I'm talking about black society.
Of course.
But it's white people, it's
racial for them.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick story. God, I don't even know, because my neighbor, I'm not gonna say the neighbor, but she was just like, I got a t-shirt, I went on vacation, I got this t-shirt, I went down to, I forgot, Charleston, South Carolina something. And she was like, I got this t-shirt, and the t-shirt had image on it, right? And the image was someone like, I forgot the damn shit. This is when we get too deep in the podcast. The goddamn yak is kicking in. Or the rum.
No, yeah, this is rum.
Yeah, it's rum and coke. The yak, I would have been shut this shit off. But she was just like, I need you to, I'm gonna extrapolate the story because it's not live, so I know I got time. I'm sure I gotta go. She sent me a text message. She said, you got some time? Can you come over here? I got a question to ask you. And I'm like, where's your husband? First thing, where's your husband? He was over here too. So they could. They're what you call allies.
Oh, I thought you said swingers.
No, they're allies. And I was just like, yeah. She was like, I got this t-shirt, and this t-shirt had "Lift Every Voice and Sing" on the t-shirt. And she was just like, is it okay? What do you think? I just need to ask you, do you think it's okay if I wear this on Juneteenth? Hey, y'all, I had to be honest. I said, I don't think that's going to be in your best interest, Karen. Don't do that. Any other day than Juneteenth,
let us have a day.
Yeah. Here's what I said. I said, wear the t-shirt because you paid for it. Because I can't, if I pay for something, you're not going to tell me I can't pay for it. Because she didn't know what Lift Every Voice and Sing, what the connotation was. She didn't know that was the Black National Anthem. Or
tell her wear it on the 4th of July.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't even think about that. But I hope they continue to ask me to come over because I got drunk as shit over there. No, they're allies, ladies and gentlemen. But she was just like, I just got a question. Like, is it okay if I wear this t-shirt? Because I looked it up and it was Lift Every Voice and Sing. And I know somebody, I say, well, a black Muslim, there are going to be some folks that might be offended. I had to be fair.
Yeah.
Because I know it came from a pure place. I knew it came from a place. I ain't gonna say pure. I'm just gonna say it came from a place. And she was just like, well, and I just wanted to know from somebody that I know, that I live in the same circumference with. Like, what do you think? I was just like, well, if you actually, let me hit the blunt first, then I'm gonna tell you. Her husband came out. Her husband's a good guy. Shout out to him.
He came out. What?
No, pause. No. He came and was like, yo, what's up? He offered me a couple of drinks. We sat down, had some couple of drinks. I said, yo, you know your lady asked me about the shirt. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I told her. You know. So I was like, look, you paid for the shirt. You can wear it, whatever. Yeah. You can wear that motherfucker in the middle of MLK Boulevard if you want to, because you paid for it. This is America. But do not wear that motherfucker on Juneteenth.
Yeah.
We will eat your ass up.
Well, she's a female.
Yeah, she's a
sister. You don't have to say
female. Yeah. People will look at you.
Was she attractive? Because
that's not.
And she Rosie O'Donnell. I have to say Paul.
Yeah, I get the point. Well, I was like, yo, some people gonna take offense to it no matter what, but you paid for your T-shirt on vacation, and you were just an ally. So you don't know what the connotation of it means. But I can tell you this: don't wear that T-shirt on Juneteenth, because that's us. That's us. You know, like, and we don't. You know, you could, if you was in RVA downtown, even being an ally, I don't want to see you wearing that shirt. I was just being personal with it. And I wasn't, you know, and her husband was there. We were sitting there having a sip or whatever, and just commiseration, being good human beings. But I was just like, there's some people that's going to call you out for that.
Have they heard the song?
Who?
Them.
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because honestly, I was the one that said, it's the Black National Anthem. I remember learning the Black National Anthem in RCAP. I don't know if you remember RCAP.
I never went, but yeah.
Yeah, RCAP, Richmond Community Action Program, which was kind of like the precursor or the aftercursor to like the Black Panthers or like the community programs here in Richmond. Or we went to RCAP, and that's where I first learned. I was my second grade. Second grade is what, 8, 9, 7, maybe.
If you're
third grade, I would say third or fourth grade. So 8 or 9, where I first learned the Black National Anthem, which was written in the early 20th century. I would say between 1915, 1920, somewhere around there. Y'all can fact check me in the comments, but that was my first Black consciousness for me.
I didn't know about it being our national anthem to college.
That's crazy.
I heard it sung in church. When I was a little kid. When I was a little kid and
but
stuff.
You was a non-church motherfucker. Yeah. So you're not gonna pay attention to that. But yeah, I get it. You put 2 and 2 together.
Mm-hmm.
It was a song like. It was a song for us. Because I did the research, I did the knowledge, I dotted the I's, I crossed the T's. I knew about Howard Herbert Green getting pitched in 1943. I knew about how I got the name Green, you know. So it meant something to me to put 2 and 2 together and be like, this is something for us, you know. So, being that I'm a Black Gen Xer,
exactly.
We went to school with y'all. We thought y'all was cool. I thought, I'm not gonna say we. I don't want to speak for all niggas or all Black people, but I thought that at some point, especially since 2007, 2008, I said, oh. We moving forward. We riding around and we getting it. And here we are, 15 years later. No. So you have to forgive me, white folk who participate in Taking No Shorts podcast.
Exactly.
Like, share, subscribe it anywhere where you find your favorite podcast. But you got to forgive me if I have a jaundiced eye against you. You got to show and stand for where you is on this. And I rock with them because they open the conversation.
Yeah.
And so I'd rather you open the conversation than assume that, oh, you could just rock it. You be the one that just go downtown and this is a Juneteenth or June Jubilee. Remember June Jubilee?
Yeah.
Celebration, and you the only white person down there rocking a lift every voice and sing t-shirt. Fuck around, get your ass whooped.
Sing it now. Sing it. Sing it. We're gonna whoop your ass if you don't fuck up a word.
So I said, look.
Better sing it with soul too.
Well, then she's gonna get fucked up.
Get fucked up.
Yeah. She might know every lyric,
but my point is, you ask the questions. I'm gonna give you a real answer. You pay for your shirt. You can wear it wherever you want to, just not that day.
Exactly.
All right. We got 10 more minutes, guys, or some more time. Big Chew Joe. I don't know where that came from, man. You bust that shit out. Goddamn. Hey, last set you did.
Thursday night. Brooklyn got a new room.
Where? Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Benny. You got military. You know you military. You got military time on your phone. I looked at that shit. I say, I don't know. I working at Sears. We had to clock out and all
that. 2640 Decatur Street.
Well, that's Manchester. What they call Manchester now. It used to be called Southside when it was straight niggas. White folk come over there, they call it Manchester. But how'd it go? You working out?
Yeah, it had been a minute because I struggle in white room.
Get the white. I mean, I ain't gonna say get the white, but the white black thing. I think if you're funny, you're funny. But I think it's
I just feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I think it's because you're a black person, and we, ain't no black room. When I was coming up back in the early 2010s, there were black rooms.
It sounds like they would be easier because the people can relate to you better.
In black rooms.
Yeah, in the black room.
Yeah, they
shout out to you remember the hard rock band Gore?
Yeah.
There was this, they bought out the place, but it was, I forgot the name of the room. So Clay and Brooks and Jackson Ward. The band bought out the bar. I'll never forget. I took my wife there, and they ain't pat nobody down. And she was like, "They ain't patting us. We need to leave." Because it was a black room. It was like there was that room, Crossroads. Shout out.
Exactly.
Crossroads back in 2011.
Okay.
And there was another room about 5 blocks from Southside Plaza on Hall Street. I want to call it the Spot. It was like at 37th and Hall. It was in an old, looked like it used to be like a car repair shop, in the office of a car repair shop. And they like the car repair shop, the white man probably was just like, let the niggas have it. It was just like, fuck it.
Can't fuck it up.
Yeah. And I'll never forget, we snuck in there and one night, me, Bennett, Black Magic, and I want to say Bumpy G, and they broke in Benny's car, stole his shit. That was funny, Benny. I mean, it's funny, but Benny was bad.
I can imagine.
Yeah, he was bad. But I mean, we had rooms. Then we had white boys. Shout out to Tim Casey.
Exactly.
Had black, like Apollo Night in the early 2010s back in Short Pump to let the black up and coming comics that's working on their stuff, to expose them to the white rooms. We had Funny Bone and Short Pump. Mm-hmm. We had the pizza place on Canal. What's the name of that place? Bottoms Up Pizza. It took a white boy to say, hey, I know all these black comics in Richmond trying to get on. So I don't know what the dynamic is. So when I went to Home Sweet Home and when I went to Monty's spot, what was that called?
Basic
City. I was just like, oh, it has grown. And I was just like, I'm out of touch. I'm old. Because these young people ain't dealing with that shit. They's like, yo, if you're funny, you're funny, you're funny. So that's what I say to you. Don't worry about. I mean, it's more uncomfortable because you think they don't get the jokes, but that means you got to write better. You got to commensurate with folks better. You got to. I don't. I mean, I get it when you don't want to make the material room specific. I just never wanted to do that, and that's why I was like, "Fucking, I'm out." Because if y'all don't get what I'm talking about, y'all either I'm not good or I'm not gonna die on a hill. That's what it felt like for me. Like I don't there's no hill I want to die.
I feel like my material is kind of broad, but it's just for me a comfortability level now. I'm getting more comfortable on stage, but yeah, I'm just more comfortable in a black room.
There was a lot of brothers that I watched coming up in Richmond. Corey Marshall, Jaye, Odyssey Michaels, Bam. These are guys that are after you. I don't even know if you've seen. Like I used to watch a lot of brothers before I said James Lawson, C.J. Richardson. There's a lot of brothers that I saw. Antoine Scott. I don't know. You know Tony from TJ, and then Jason grew up in my block. I remember me and Jason did. I'm name dropping and trying to big time, but Jason grew up down the street from me, and I remember we did our first mics together at Funny Bone back in August. Matter of fact, August 20 years ago. So in a couple of months, I'll be celebrating 20 years of doing comedy or in around comedy. And I was like, we out in the patio at the Richmond Funny Bone in Short Palm. I was like, what are you doing here? He was like, what the fuck are you doing here? I was just like, yo, he was like, I'm gonna kill it. And I'm just like, I'm a nerd. You know, I have everybody has their different perspectives, Joe. Like we got to find your voice, commit to it, and find your voice. We all got to. I saw a YouTube thing. It was like all comedians want to do is voice, like have their voice. Ask you as a comic. I'm sorry about the comic stuff. I'll come back to you.
I'm funnier than both of y'all, so I don't care.
You needle dick motherfucker. And I've never seen your penis, by the way.
Your sisters have.
Yeah, I know you. We do this job all day. How Captain America said we can do this all day. But I forgot my goddamn. You fucked me up. I hope this goddamn battery went on y'all mics. Goddamn it.
No, mine is still going.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. You tell him how to get in the business, how to improve, how to do the rooms.
No, the
be
voice.
Comfortable, find a voice. Yeah. How to lift his voice and be funny.
What you think your voice is? Like, because me and you closely, your comedy age, you're not even your comedy age. I think you might be a year or two behind me at TJ. So you might have came out same year my wife came out, 92.
Yeah.
All right. Ain't too much difference.
Like at the moment, I guess sex driven. So
I'm sorry, what was that word?
Sex driven. Like I tell a lot of sex jokes.
Is it? All right, so
you got five kids, right?
No, we finna have a writing session right now.
How many kids you got?
7.
Oh, so you got a lot of practice with sex. So yeah. You should know some stuff.
Thursday night. I'm trying to try out new material. I'm like, hey, you know, women.
Exactly.
I've come up with some new math that I believe will help you guys. Because there are a lot of insecure guys out here. You know, like they ask you your body count.
No, all right. I'm gonna let you finish the bit, but
oh, you want me to keep going? I thought you had a question.
No, I'm gonna let you finish it.
Okay, so I'm like, hey, you know, I have some new math that can help you. So I'm like, hey, anybody want to throw a number out there?
All right, no, shut up. I'm going to interrupt you there.
Okay.
Because we're going to break down where we're going. This is what I wished I could have done when I was writing a bit, coming up with a bit.
Okay. I asked, what's a good number? Some lady yelled out 45. I'm like, okay, that's kind of random, but I'll take it. You know. And then I asked the crowd, hey, how do we feel about 45? Is that kind of high, kind of low? What
you doing?
And a guy yelled out, that's kind of high.
Fuck you.
I only like 45.
Fuck you, dude. I'm sorry. I'm already, I ain't even in the joke.
That is high.
Fuck you.
I only like 45 as a president.
Yeah, all right. That's different as a president, but all right.
I've had more, but
so,
that's
hold on. My headphones came off. Continue.
So I'm like, all right, so we'll go with that. Because that seems to be uncomfortable, clearly, for this guy. So I'm like, all right, this is the new math. We're going to compare sex to cars.
Got 45-year-old car.
No. Not the age bracket, but like.
Try that bit. Try that angle.
How many cars have you bought?
About 6.
Right.
I'm on number 8.
Okay, so you know that's doable number.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So with a car, you buy a car.
You cannot compare. This is what we're going back to. You cannot compare women to cars.
Wait, let me get there.
All right.
So I'm like,
they both drive you crazy.
6 to 8, good numbers. We can work with those. Then you got like maybe lease cars. Anybody lease cars?
Never.
Okay, so even better. So you still have the 6 to 8. But this is the thing that never goes on your record.
What? The car? The buying of the car?
Wait, no, let me get there. How many test drives have you had?
On the cars that I bought?
Yeah. Or just in general?
3. I would say out of the 6 to 8 cars I bought, I test drive 3 to 4.
See, those are random dicks that you fuck and you forgot all about. They don't need to go on your paperwork.
Exactly.
Like rental cars too.
Yeah, fuck rental cars because you don't own those.
Exactly.
So your number is 6 to 8.
You mean to tell me women cut the number?
Oh, of course they do.
I'm
trying to help them cut their number.
So you telling? So the gist is women lie about their number if you ask.
Oh yeah, that guy they met on the island, he don't count.
Yeah, but don't ask. Don't why?
Well, that's how I started off. Guys are insecure.
No, not all men are.
No, I'm not saying all, but
you want to
ask.
Yeah, you want to.
You got to have your story ready.
Yeah, you want to.
You can't. It's hard to lie.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You want to have your lie ready for when you do it, but you got to. I guess it's an assumption there. Like you got to. To me, like the way, and this is just from me. 15 years in, like the audience don't know who I is. So for me that's a joke or that's a bit that I'm working with as I'm established. If I'm not established, they got to get, I need to get the gist to how the audience know who I am. So the part that got me with where you were going with that was, you know, women lie about their number.
Yeah.
That's the part. Everything else afterwards, that's when you getting that bread. When the comics and the promoters and all that, that's that other part of the bit you can breathe out.
That number is important. I'm not eating out a prostitute because she's got a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I would hope that you would.
Yeah, who was doing
eating
that?
out random prostitutes?
I mean, the numbers don't matter. Why not eat her out?
Well,
health matters. If so, yeah.
She done been with 145 guys.
We go with the Jesus talk. Somebody off the bat had to make you learn that you just don't eat everybody out.
Yeah.
You just
why not?
Because it's just
she don't have a bag of dicks.
Why is all right? Here I'm going to the manosphere world. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna come back because I gotta pee. But I'm gonna play some music and we'll come back. Why is it that we put this onus? Like, why is that even around? The atmosphere, like that's where the red pill, blue pill shit come from. Women just as responsible as fucking as men is.
You want to know where it actually started from?
Can you save it for about 2 minutes?
Oh yeah.
All right, good. When we come back here at Taking No Shorts podcast, I'm your host Jay Grizzly Green. This is B and Joey Boombatz.
Thanks for taking the time out to listen to Taking No Shorts podcast. We'll be right back in just a few.
We're back here in 4K here, Taking No Shorts podcast. I'm your host, Jay Grizzly Green, a.k.a. Mr. Leave No Meat on the Biz.
Exactly.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcast. I have the original member of the VCU Four Horsemen B.
Exactly.
Fellow comic V.SKATES on all platforms. VA Skates, Joey Boombatz.
Exactly.
I got it right?
Yes.
God damn it. It took me forever to get that shit straight. Be like, yo, make sure you say his name right. Put some respect on that man's name. We left off at what, gentlemen?
We were talking about body count.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was trying to help
matter?
women.
No, who all right, let's be specific, because by the time during the week, by Wednesday, I got to put out these clips. So by Wednesday, I want you all to focus on whatever the fuck y'all. Well, I want y'all to say tonight what y'all want to hear 3 days from now. Is that? But why? I mean, body count to me doesn't matter because I don't want to know. I don't want you to know my body count, and I don't want to know your body count. I just want you to do the best job you can on these nuts that you can do.
I think that goes over a lot of women's heads.
How so?
Because I had a bit about that where I'm like, it's like, women aren't all that good with sucking dick anymore. You know what I mean? Like, porn has maybe fucked that up, like with the you got to put extra spit on it and they got to be running down your mouth.
Wait a minute. If y'all are out here giving out dry blowjobs,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like it's like a magic act. It's like you're doing something over here, but it's like you're tricking me right here. Like
it might look good on camera, but it don't feel good on my penis.
The camera phone will fuck a lot of people up.
Exactly.
A bullshit.
What I'm saying is the way Corinne Steffens just got us all.
Yeah, she did.
It wasn't the drool and the spit. It was her eagerness.
Yeah.
She wanted to suck that dick.
She couldn't wait to get to it.
Right. And we were like, wow, that's a good girl. She's a keeper.
I gotta call my
That's
ex.
a good one. Somebody
She
called
was-
her the Viper.
See what my ex doing now.
Somebody called her the Viper because she looked like a cobra that was spitting venom.
She was a very good girl. She was.
Yeah.
Cheers to you.
But
Yeah.
all right, so yeah.
Exactly.
You think she was doing it because she knew she was getting recorded, or she was doing it because it was in her nature?
If I listen to my wife, because she bought her book, read the book. What is it? New York rapper supposedly broke her in.
Confessions of
Video
Vixen.
vixen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Zennial type question, I guess.
What was the rapper, the New York rapper with the list?
She fucked a lot of niggas. So I don't know.
Yeah, he was the one that got her in.
Oh, Coogee Rap.
Right.
Coogee Rap. Shout out to Coogee.
He supposedly broke her in. So I don't know if he trained her or if it was always in her, and then it just never
I
left.
honestly believe
She liked sucking dick.
Yeah, in a man or a woman, and if you're a other genus, or what science guy is that?
Them or they?
Yeah, it's a man and a woman.
It's in
and
you.
then
It's in you.
Then there's orientations. And,
Yeah, it's in you.
Sexuality.
If you, I mean, it's in you. It's in
If
you.
you're a human being.
Yeah, it's in you, and it was in her. Somebody gave her the gift. Somebody passed down the gift, is what you're saying, Joey Boombatz. B, your thoughts on that?
On Superhead?
Yeah.
Next.
Another Superhead
I get on that list.
I saw a clip of, I don't know if you all watch or see Horrible Decisions or that platform of these young sisters from Florida, who young biracial sisters, by the way, but they millennials. One of them, I'm not going to besmirch. I'm not besmirching them, but there's some women got the game fucked up.
Yeah.
And
You
they
sound so red pill right now. Proud of you.
Yeah, but it's okay. We can talk about we will dive into the red pill, because they will say, no, sir, no, old man, old Gen Xer, like old black Gen Xer, like you got the game fucked up. We're gonna control our pussies. We're gonna control how we manipulate you. We're gonna control. And I'm like, yo, who is regulating any of it? Somebody. My thing is, I think I or us. Y'all can speak for yourselves, but I think I came up with there needs to be some type of regulation to the shit. Like I can't go to what's the joint on Broad Rock, Daddy Ravage, right, and pay and trick off on somebody who's not worthy of being tricking off on. But these youngins are saying, you're gonna trick off on me because I am allowing you to trick off on me. I want you to trick off on me because I've given you the ability, I've given you the time and the energy to exploit me as a sexual object. So you're gonna trick off on me regardless. And I'm like, no. There are standards to the tricking off. God damn it.
Sexual liberation.
Right? So I don't know. I'm gonna stop Jake Grizzly's point, and I want y'all to comment
About women giving it up for material
No,
reasons.
you just gotta have a standard. Like, what the fuck?
Well, everybody has their own standard, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
There isn't a one standard.
No,
Guys typically don't have standards.
No, that's the issue. That's her issue. That's her point. Mandy B off of if y'all haven't, I came across it during COVID, but they platform called Horrible Decisions. I'm giving them plugs, but horrible is spelled WHOR. You know, and they millennials that are out here horn. And I get that part. That's not no shame. That's
We
not
had some jazz girls doing it too.
I'm sorry?
We have some Gen X girls doing it too.
Who?
Gen X girls.
Oh, Gen X.
Yeah. But they had, like, you had to work.
But there was some shame behind it too, though, back then.
Let's talk about the shame.
There's no shame now.
Yeah. Hold on. I got to get myself up. Can I borrow you?
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Are you saying it's glorified now?
I'm saying that.
I'm not saying if it's glorified. I'm saying it's no longer looked down upon.
Yeah, like you need a little bit of shame about behavior. Maybe because it's a Western culture. Maybe I think it's even anybody's culture. You got to say, all right, I'm gonna throw this to you guys. Let's not take no shorts.
Exactly.
You did some shit to a woman. I know y'all straight guys. You drove home and you say, I got a little bit of shame. The first time you did it, the first time you did something to a woman.
Are you saying like you cheated or you just
on any level? You cheated.
Okay.
You got you stuck your tongue in her ass. Okay. you
random chicks don't just that.
That to me, we're gonna go back to the mental health because the first time I stuck my tongue in the chick's ass, I had a little bit of shame about that, bro. I said, you shit out of where I just put my my taste buds was there. So I didn't expose myself enough. I need you guys to talk about for a couple of seconds the shame of it.
I think the first time I ever felt shame was on roads.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, let me give you an exactly for that.
Exactly.
I was with somebody who was with somebody.
Mm.
And me and him, we played basketball with him.
Mm.
We were kind of cool.
Right.
And he went away. He went home for the weekend. And we were talking, me and her were talking. And she said, you know, he gone for the weekend. And I was like,
exactly.
That's my boy. But she said it. I got to do it now.
You got to do it.
I felt shame afterwards. But the next few times we did it, I didn't feel too bad.
No, you couldn't. Because she, at that point, she chose. It's like a shoot. It's like Willie Dynamite. Like you chose.
Yeah.
Joey Boombatz.
Shame. The only time I've ever had shame is like quick sessions. Like, oh, fuck.
You didn't give her your best.
Yeah, you didn't get my best. Give me a half hour, you know, to
let me get a Gatorade real quick. And,
Damn, you do Gatorade, bro.
Sometimes you got to replenish yourself. You know, you had a long day and
Kool-Aid. They needed some sugar.
Those are my shameful moments.
let me get an energy bar.
Yeah, but yeah, like
mine was even worse. Mine was the babysitter. Yeah, man.
Now, your babysitter or your kid's babysitter?
No. The babysitter wasn't, I was about 12, 13. The babysitter was the babysitter for a neighbor's kid.
Oh, okay.
And my homeboy in the neighborhood was coming through. I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? You know, like, he was just, you know, there's a time before the internet and the cell phones where your friends came and knocked on your door and said, can somebody come outside and play? There's no need to pause for none of that. Just, just come outside and play. That's how old I is, all right?
Or you answer the door, come on outside.
Yeah.
Mom, can I go outside?
Right. You go outside, you get on your BMX or your bike or
we outside or inside? Close my door.
Letting all the good air out. Yeah. So that's how I come up, and I'm sure that's probably how y'all came up. Mm-hmm. And it was the summertime, and the neighbor upstairs was a young lady who was past her puberty, but also past her, I don't know what you call it, je ne sais quoi. And she was babysitting the young people, but he was over here and he was just like, he knocked on the door because we lived in like a flat. And he went straight up. I'm like, yeah, man, we come outside and play. We play. Then he go up there. Next thing I know, he come downstairs. It was like some horseman shit. Like, hey, yo. Hey, he did so. He pulled off a Razor Ramon. Hey, yo. Chico.
Hit you with a toothpick?
Yeah. There's a young lady upstairs who is willing to show you everything that the Lord has gave her.
What?
I say less. Say less. I go up there and she, oh yeah, you. I was like, but I ain't supposed to be up here. You're supposed to be babysitting the kids in the other room. You're supposed to be babysitting somebody else. But yet still, you is bobbing and knobbing way before you're supposed to be bobbing and knobbing. I said,
Exactly.
So that comes with some shame. That comes with hella shame because I was just like, okay, all right, your secret is good as long as the secret is good.
There wasn't that much shame because your dick got up.
Fair enough. Yes, sir. Hold on. Yes, sir.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dicks don't work like that.
How so?
Like you didn't have those incidents where like how we were talking about asses earlier, like where the ass was big, then it got small, then it got big again. Mm-hmm. Like, your dick might not work for that ass no more because when it was big, it was incredible,
stupendous.
Then it got small, and it's like, oh fuck, this ain't what it used to be.
I'm gonna put in the caption, my dick never got small. I know what you mean.
Then it got big again.
Yeah, it got big again.
It ain't the same no more. So the magic,
it's gone.
Was gone.
It's gone. It's gone.
I don't know if my first time was shame, but she gave me 5 strokes, so they wouldn't jerk on me no more.
I think you said that.
Yeah, she took my virginity.
Yeah, I remember that last time I think you were here.
Yeah, she gave me like 5 strokes, so you're not a virgin no more now. So I can tell them they can stop picking on you.
Are we safe to say that men can be preyed upon by women just as much as women claim? Oh, not claim, but because I don't want to take anything away from women that have been preyed upon by men, but it goes both ways. I think that's where
men are easy prey though.
We make ourselves easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when we said we soft, we was getting on that to wrap it around, pause, but I seen a wraparound scene before. It's crazy. I was just like, how does that even work? What like that whole concept of you can do to me, but I can't. We have no space to talk about that. Is what I'm saying tonight. Because I have been in mad situations with girls or women that I'm like, yo, y'all ain't supposed to be sucking on my balls like this.
Yeah.
No, y'all is not supposed to be doing it, but the conditions in America is not. It don't make me supposed to say that, right?
I was never supposed to in my life sleep with as many women that I had.
Right.
By what America's
standards, right? Yeah. Like, Joey, you're quiet. You're saying
no, because
he ain't trying to get in trouble.
I just had a flashback. One of my kids, he got with a girl that politically correct. she was a lesbian.
Right.
Supposedly had only been with one guy
Right.
other than him.
Right.
Falls madly in love with my son.
Hold your story.
Okay.
Because I got what I want to ask is, did he tell you how could he have done so without having relations with her? He fell in love, or she fell in love with him off of non-fucking reasons.
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't.
You didn't go that far.
At the time, he was a street pharmacist. So,
fair enough.
Exactly.
He's making a little change.
Yeah.
So I felt that was the attraction.
Yeah, she won't touch to the bread.
And she gets pregnant a few times, has abortions. That's not even it's minor detail. He winds up catching a case, has to do 3 years, which is like a year and a half he had to do. Or maybe it was 2 years he had to do. He gets back on the streets.
He comes home.
Right. She's pregnant. She's pregnant.
He won't out on the street, but she pregnant.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is like the third dick she's ever had.
Yeah.
I sort of didn't, think it was, it didn't add up when I first heard it.
Yeah,
but
that's a hard conversation. Yeah, buddy.
As a matter of fact, I told that because I turned it into a joke.
You have to. Tragedy is comedy. All of it
it didn't land at Basic City.
But it's there. It's just got to be paused. It's got to be massaged.
Well, now it's because the way I told the joke at Basic City was, ooh.
Yeah, lucky.
My son is pregnant.
Yeah,
or rather, not my son is pregnant, but we're expected.
Right.
And then I go into it. I'm like,
them young folk don't know the struggle.
Yeah. I'm like, but it's not his because he was locked up. So he avoided that, and it just crickets.
Yeah, no. Well, the crickets are there because it's not nothing there. It's there. It's just you got to find what's.
Can I make them relate to?
Yeah, you got to find a common denominator. You remember when learning the common denominators in 3rd or 4th grade?
Yeah,
that's where the kiki at. It might see me. No, I am partial. I'm gonna stand on business, and you might be the same way. You gonna stand on because it's partial to you. What I learned was it ain't partial to everybody else. It's not. It's like the same thing that I think is funny is not going to be funny to you. I remember I did a joke in front of a crowd, about 300 folk, and it was this church lady sitting in front, and I did a one-off, crowd work. And I just said, I'm going to focus on her. I'm going to talk to her. She was like, little nigga, this shit is not funny. Like, don't fuck with me. And so I was just like, but I know who you is. You big mama, you granny, you got the church hat on, you sitting, why the fuck is you sitting in the front row? Yeah, in the front row. Like, you know what it is. She was just like, no. So it's like you gotta find 2 to 4 is 1/2 in math, right? And 0.50, or you got to find a common denominator. And the way taking those shorts might help. I'm not saying it will, but got to commensurate with comments. And it's hard as we get older to commensurate with brothers or people that come from your point of view because you have your voice. Your voice of comedy is not going to be the same as the audience voice or my voice. But I know when I first saw you go up at Mic Check Mondays, I was like, I know that dude's voice. Like, he talk about his wife, and he was like, yo, my wife does not fucks with me, not one iota. She and or you was talking about the plight of the certain circumstance, right? And I was just like, I know that voice. And so George Carlin said, I saw it on the YouTube channel. So like comics are always trying to find a voice and then trying to expand the voice to get it. Not everybody's gonna get it though. And that's the part where you gotta, it depends on how long you are in the comedy game. Like I stopped giving a fuck about whatever. I've been, y'all not gonna get this because first of all, y'all broke and I got bread. So I'm not gonna give a fuck about you, your struggle, and don't have shit to do with me. And that's on some upper echelon shit. But at the end of the day, if you honestly, to be fair, when I did my taxes and saw what I made and how much I struggled to keep to just looking out of the window, watching the asphalt grow.
Temporary.
I forgot. This isn't for the kids.
I said to myself, there is no way that I should be touching the bread that I'm touching, and I'm struggling like I'm struggling. Something is off. Something is off. And guess what my middle son say? Get some guns, nigga.
What does that got to do with anything?
Shit is about to go. I mean, to me, I think we are in an upheaval time. We are in the 60s, before the 60s, and shit is going, by the time we either in the atmosphere or above the ground, shit gonna get crazy. So I just try to prepare my niggas.
I am with your son. I always recommend people buy firearms.
Yeah, be prepared.
Yeah, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Just be prepared. And then, as a history and political science major from back then, I told folks I did not graduate, but I never stopped studying. Like in Reconstruction, back down in, what was the name of the town? Boykins.
Mm-hmm.
There was black folk that did what I'm fitting to say to make sure we could be here today. Let the white folk do that shit. Let them white folk fight that shit out. Let the Hispanics fight it out. We gonna enclave. We gonna take care of what is begat to begat. You might be lucky to have 2 generations from you today, right? Take care of yours and just let them take care. It ain't your fight. It's not for you. I don't want to believe it, but that's just my innate nature. That's just what's in my RNA and DNA. Like, anybody, I mean, y'all want to expound on that? Because
I'm still stuck on having sex with a lesbian.
Oh yeah, let's go back to that. So I got a great. You finish that?
Oh no, that was the end of the story.
I got a great story about having sex with a lesbian. So
I got one too.
Go ahead. You want to go first?
No, mine was just short. It was just this girl that when I was living over in the West End.
Exactly.
And I was probably like mid-30s.
Mm-hmm.
And I see her at the little gas station on the corner.
She real butchy, right?
Yeah, she was short, little butchy, little round thing.
But she had a fatty.
Oh yeah. Sure. And you know, and she and people they always speak and talk and everything. And one day she was arguing with her girlfriend out there.
No disrespect to lesbians, but we.
Yeah. She was just arguing. They were having a fight, and then I was like, "You all right?" She was like, "You know, I won't try to horseman her."
You all right? Well, you want some dick?
No, it was me being concerned.
A human being.
Yeah, and she was like,
Exactly.
"Yeah, we were supposed to get something to eat. Now she don't want to buy no food. I ain't got no money." I was like,
"She ain't got no money."
I was like, "Look,
that's all it took.
I will get you a."
That's all it took.
Yeah, when I bought her some food, and she was like, "I don't want to go home because she gonna be there, and she's gonna wonder where." I was like, "All right, well, you can come over to my house." And next thing you know,
just one look,
she was no longer a lesbian.
Meat was being meat.
What got me though, while I remember it was, she was 18 years old and 7 days.
Just one.
She was barely legal.
That's all it took was just one look.
I got me a lesbian because she was mad at her girlfriend.
Look, man.
One of my proudest moments.
Well, I mean,
I would not say that.
She might have been trying to set you up to be a sugar daddy.
Yeah. She was trying. She could have been put in the honey pot.
I'm poor, walking.
That's true.
I don't have a car then, so yeah, I can't be a sugar daddy.
Yeah, but she ain't got to fuck you all the time.
She just got to give you that good pussy one time.
Well, I'd already bought her something to eat and everything, and then she gave it up. So.
Well, yeah, that's how else is she going to come back to you?
Oh, the first sample free. Yeah.
The point is you negotiating over the hoo-ha. My wife hates when I call it the hoo-ha.
Well, I hear hoo-ha. I think
you had me saying hoo-ha.
Woman.
Yeah,
Al Pacino.
Yeah, Al Pacino. That's where I got it from.
Okay.
Yeah.
She had me saying that too.
No, I'll give you a story.
Well, I guess she hadn't been a lesbian long.
I'm working with a sister. She used to wear these mustard khakis that accentuated her hips and her ass sister. So I used to do the whole. Remember the dude from what was the baseball movie with Charlie Sheen?
Major League,
and the dude used to do the nuts thing.
Yeah. That was Major League 3, I think.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Yeah, it's a lot of Major Leagues, but she allowed me to do that because she was a lesbian, or a woman who liked women or like to have relations with women. But when I saw her, we used to fuck with each other, and she wore those pants to work, and I'd be like, "Ooh." She would be like, "Stop." I'm like, "Yo, you got the fattest ass I've seen up in this motherfucking office. Why are you wearing these fat ass pants? Like, why are you doing that? Knowing that my nature gonna rise." Knowing that. And I know you know my nature gonna rise. So I'm telling you, don't wear them. I'm not doing what they call a patriarchal type shit, but I am doing a patriarch. I'm just saying, like, I'm fucking with you. Are you fucking with me? This is in the 90s. I'm listening to Dr. Laura. I'm listening to all kinds of crazy. Like, I'm in my 20s and I'm just coming into myself. I'm not coming. Pause. That's a whole pause. Can you come into yourself?
I did yesterday. I had a good nap. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
A bullshit.
Y'all got wise.
She got wise. She got so disgusted by it. She was like, yo.
Oh, you offended.
It's like, all right, you're still a girl though. You still have a period at 28 to 34 days. God damn it. And we cool. And I know. Anyway, we go to lunch one day. I'm trying to be politically correct. Right? And she's like, I just want to see. I'm gonna describe this. I'm gonna describe the scene as we wrap up Taking No Shorts, episode 96. Who knows if the internet will even allow half of this shit to come out, right? It'll come out on my own personal channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcast. She was just like, let's see what this whole dick thing is about.
Oh wow! So she was willing to give you a shot.
She said, let's go see. Yeah, we went to lunch. After lunch, we went back to her apartment, and she started maneuvering around the male part of the fuckery. And I was just like, hey, girl, this shit is fit to go down. Stop playing, because I'm a respectful ass. I'm not going to force myself on it. Like, what's up? She just could not do it. She could not be like, yeah, boy, go ahead and get this pussy. And I was just like, all right. Yeah, some I don't know what it is, but some ain't there. Go ahead, Joe.
Did y'all get naked? I assume you got naked, but
she ain't get naked.
Oh man.
Yeah. She ain't get naked. She was just participating in my naked tree. Cause I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problem. I was just like, what's up?
So she got all the way to the door and just couldn't open it.
Could not open that motherfucking door. And then I respected it. And then we became friends and we hung out and everything. To the point where I'm like playing for her. I didn't know at the time. But her and her girlfriend that she fucking, we all hanging, because I'm thinking we about to fit and have a whole threesome type shit. Like, I'm thinking like, shit.
So she had a girlfriend at that time, but she wanted to try you.
I ain't know she had a girlfriend at the time.
Oh, wow.
She had a girlfriend at the time. One night we went out on we just went out, but her girl, I didn't know it was her girlfriend at the time. She was just like, I was just like, yo, let's go grab something from a Golden Corral or all you can eat Chinese buffet. I think it was an all you can eat Chinese buffet. She was like, yeah, because I know you're a good dude. You ain't trying to fuck me because I done already put down a marker that you can't fuck me. And I think you know that I'm a whole lesbian, right? So I'm like, okay, but you're a good person and you're a good friend. So let's go hang out. We went to this Asian all-you-can-eat buffet. I called her. I was like, I'm hungry. You want to hang out? She was just like, yeah. But my girlfriend with me. I was just like, I don't give a fuck if your girlfriend with you. I'm hungry. Let's go out, bitch. And she was like, bet. And they just kick in. I'm just a dumb nigga, just like not paying no attention. But I'm like, now that I put two and two together, I'm like, maybe I can fuck both of y'all. You know, just true horse middle and chip shit. You know what I'm saying? Back shit. We go to the buffet, eat. I go home, dry dick and shit. Not too long afterwards, she come out to me, right? And I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But yo, that ain't right what y'all was doing to the nigga. Like, for real. Like, y'all, and I met her girlfriend, and then wife, and all that. And I was just like, hey, man, I just know, I'm not gonna say, like, maybe you buy. Because I know what you did to my dick.
She would argue she had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I know she would argue that, but I know some great Buddha came out.
My old boss, she was a lesbian.
Yeah.
And of course, working in security.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about lesbians in our here.
We got uniforms
podcast.
On all the time.
We are LGBTQ adjacent. I mean,
not adjacent.
No,
we're positive. We're allies. Yeah,
we're allies. But we just feeling some real shit though.
So yeah, I seen her and know her. She's butch. We were showing pictures of like us when we were younger, and she showed a prom picture. He was like, "You went to prom?" She's like, "Yeah, I had a boyfriend back then too." Mm-hmm. And then she showed us the picture. She has this low cut dress on.
That's because they're trying to conform.
And they were out there, and that's the first thing I see. And I was like, "You got boobs?" And it just came out my mouth. It was just like, and I look at her, and she's like,
she covered up.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm surprised." But she always has a shirt on, and then she has like a tank top underneath.
Yeah, the tight.
Yeah,
trust me. For every
I looked at her different from after that. I was like, oh.
And it's nothing. I think I wouldn't be fucking up the internet if I said lesbian, but for every lesbian that claimed that they was a lesbian, my dick was somewhere in their hands, in their mouth, or in their box. You did?
Exactly.
I'm gonna leave it there. Anybody got any taking those shorts? What are you not taking those shorts? Will you not taking and not playing with B until the next time you come back to taking those shorts lately?
guess my health, just making sure I'm not losing any more parts.
Well, as we get older, bro.
They give you some good pain medicine.
Nah, no pain.
He's not no pain. He's just losing shit.
They don't give you pain medicine. They going to take a whole toe.
I didn't get pain, but I got a little bit of pain medicine for my leg, but I didn't take any of it.
But are you in it? Or are you in any pain?
No, that's how. The one day I banged it on the corner of the table.
Yeah, we all deal with that shit.
I mean, if you bang your pinky toe, it hurts. You bang your pinky toe that's not there no more. I was on the ground.
I can imagine.
It took me out for a minute now. Oh.
Before we go to Joey Boombatz, hey, you gonna watch Superman on July 11th?
No.
Oh yeah, I am.
Exactly.
Oh, excuse me. Why not?
I hate the suit.
Oh yeah.
Why? What's wrong with the suit? You like crypto?
What, the dog?
Yeah.
I'll watch it when it come on the HBO Max.
Right. You know it's going straight to digital.
Yeah, because it's like he look like a knockoff suit. He look like a Temu Superman.
Hey, yo, and when this shit come out, I will put this shit for real. Yeah, I felt the same way, Joe.
So I saw John Wick today. So I see everything.
The ballerina?
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
I liked it. There's not enough Wick in it though.
But
well,
she's a bad woman though.
Yeah, that's how they.
But they did say there's going to be a John Wick 5.
I can see it. Yeah,
I can see that.
Oh yeah, the way it ended it. Oh yeah.
I will say
supposed
this.
to be dead.
We second week of June, we all are fathers here. Father's Day is around the corner. Okay. My son offered to take me out today. I had work to do. I had to make money for other people, but and I canceled it. But my older son, like, he know what it is. Like, I've been with him from the womb.
Man, he gonna have kids.
They like, yo, this shit costs. He like, my money is my money. This shit costs. Like, it's a different, and trust me, I try not to do the whole, hey man, you need to pro-generate and all that shit. Like, I know I've given you my all. That's the thing. Like, I've given you my all. So what you do with that is on you. But I've given you my all. I say the good Lord take me out tonight. I can say I gave everybody that I love my all.
I think I might be the first one to be a grandfather.
Yeah, you might be. Because them motherfuckers don't want to procreate. You know what I mean? Everybody else is, but in America, they don't want to have no baby. It's sad, though. It's sad that the country and the world and the society doesn't want you to procreate because you don't want to put all that shit on.
Well, that's not society. It's people that don't want to bring kids into the society.
But that's got to come from somewhere.
It's being hard. It's hard living.
Right.
I don't think there's nobody trying to direct it, make it hard, but it's just it's just the fact that
it's hard living for them. But we had hard living. Then you had hard living, Joe.
And then you make sure your kids have a less harder than you did.
I enjoyed my life.
Looking back, you had 2020 from a Gen X point of view to growing up or born in the 70s.
Everybody struggles. So
right. Did your people what you progenerated out into the world struggle? So that's the issue. Like, struggling and suffering is like the Eastern point of view. Like, if you don't know what that struggle or suffering is, you can't understand what the world for humans is like. Like, that's the thing I'm trying. Like, yo, that's the thing I try to imprint on minds. Is like, you got to know what the struggle is so you can appreciate, understand, know what it takes. Because I done put you in a position. Your take?
I can't call it with my kids. Like, I be ready to flip out. I got a kid that comes, eats all my food and stuff, and then like goes and tries to replace it at the dollar store. What the
Fine. Right. It ain't the same quality.
Yeah, what the fuck is grape spread? I use jelly, Smuckers, Welch's. What the fuck is grape spread? And I'd be ready to fucking kill him.
So you have to explain to him spread is not the same as jelly.
I don't even know. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to see that shit. Because
but see, the thing is, like, you remember Cooley's, you remember West End Market?
Yeah.
West End Market.
Yeah.
You go in there, Cooley's was 50 cents plus tax, 52 cents.
I remember being 35 cents.
Yeah, you go get a Cooley. That's what they Cooley's is. So you got to kind of like take yourself out of that and put yourself into something. You know,
I can't. Because I still enjoy childhood pleasures. Like that's why I eat peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, I still do.
So it's like
I got peanut butter in the car right now.
Yeah, I don't even know who still eats peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I do.
I do, bro.
And I might still.
I specifically intentionally go by.
I have one like every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I intentionally go by. So what is
peanut butter out the jar?
Peanut butter and jelly.
What is what?
What is our kids' peanut butter and jelly?
I have no idea.
Their go-to snack.
Whatever their go-to is. Go-gurt.
Oh yeah, that.
Like that's how we got to think. Like what is their peanut butter and jelly?
My daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Egg whites. She'll scramble egg whites.
I take the yolk out because I'm health conscious, but I'll take the yolk out.
That's her favorite, like, go-to food.
Shout out to you, Michaela.
Exactly.
It's important that we grow, guys. As we as three Black Gen Xers here.
What was your go-to as a kid? Mine was Suzy Q's.
Oh, the chocolate sponge bread with the cream, the cream in the mouth.
Yeah.
The Suzy Q's was
mine.
You got to be more specific.
It would be a Suzy Q or a ho ho.
A what?
A ho ho.
A ho ho. Yeah, ho hos and ding dongs.
Get lucky you find a Suzy Q as a ho.
They were like too hard.
If you go in this house, in this property right now, and ask my wife, what was my ho hos and ding dongs? Ho hos had the little Indian, or ding dongs had the Indian on it.
I can't remember.
The ho-hos had it.
Yeah, because
that's why I got diabetes right now.
Because the ding dongs were like a hockey puck was their best.
Yeah,
that's why.
So it was the ho-hos was the Indian. Yeah, they put like the headdress on them or something.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Suzy Q and cherry pie was my second.
The apple pie.
Yeah,
the Hostess apple pie. But I mean, you got to go. You got to physically go to a store, right? You got to go or a corner store, and you got to express to your folks, "Hey, this is what I want." Like, I'm telling you, man. My youngest is, he was born in 2001, so my youngest is 24. He has no idea. And so I had to relate to him on his level, but not compromise like how I came up to like transition to like give him some of the game. So I'm like, yo, go get the money, nigga. Like go get the money, but don't do no fugazi shit.
Exactly.
Because it's difficult. You have your mental health you got to take care of. To wherewithal what you got to go through to go get it. And you got to have the levity of the world to where you can look at someone and say, it ain't that serious, or is that serious? You got to balance it all. And that's a difficult like trapeze to do. And you got to get it right, because if you don't, you'll end up like us on the podcast, episode 96 of Taking Those Shorts podcast, talking about some pro wrestling. Anybody want to talk about some pro wrestling before we check out?
I'm always up.
Let's go. All right, so
Exactly.
y'all talked about off air about Jey Uso. I told y'all he's just another baby face. But please tell me why he's not just another baby face.
I mean, I would dare to say at the moment he's the baby face.
Yeah.
For
And I don't know why.
WWE.
Yes, for WWE, and I
What
don't know
about
why
Cody?
they took the title off.
Cody's there. Oh God, Jesus! I saw
Cody's just getting back. So
I just saw something about and I agree with that sentiment. I saw something about a podcaster who just said the thumbnail was Dusty Rhodes is fugazi. Like Dusty Rhodes was what you call somebody that imitates black culture.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that, but I don't agree with that sentiment.
But yeah, he's like Dusty Rhodes robbed all the black pro wrestlers.
The one
it was a woke post about how Dusty Rhodes took off on all the black pro wrestlers. So why do you disagree, Joe? Because I'll share it with you when I find it again.
Okay.
But when I watched the whole thing, and this brother, first of all, he whack because he a whack ass brother. But he made points that was legit. And what made him whack, so I give the audience a little background, was he was wearing sunglasses, which if you're on a podcast and you're wearing sunglasses and all these lights, unless you can't see and they not prescription, you whack, my nigga. Like
exactly. You buying a prescription.
Yeah.
It's just tenant.
Yeah. You see, he claimed it. Mm-hmm. This nigga was wearing.
I got an iPad.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, right. This nigga was wearing some shit. He was just like trying to be Joe Cool, and I was just like, yeah, you lost me with the presentation, but your point you was making was he was going into facts. He was just like,
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Dusty
Rufus R. Freight Train Jones.
Yeah. You remember Rufus Jones?
Yeah.
Who is, by the way, the father of Slick from WWE.
I never knew that.
Y'all did not know that?
No.
He came from St. Louis. He came from Missouri. And
Randy Orton.
Yeah, he Slick is the son of the. That's Rufus on Freight Train Jones. He used to do all that shimmy and
the talking, the charisma, everything.
Yeah,
Dusty
the lisp and all that. But Dusty.
Oh, they're saying Dusty didn't have a legitimate lisp?
He had a legitimate lisp, but he ripped off a lot of black. He ripped off Rufus R. Jones. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the way it came to Dusty in this video, and I'll send it to you, was Dusty was in Florida. Rufus R. Jones was in Florida. The promoter, Eddie Graham, was like, I need a black wrestler. And there wasn't no black wrestlers that he could get. He needed some. Dusty told, in essence, Rufus was the inspiration. You know, inspiration can come from anywhere. I've busted nuts and found inspiration. Exactly. So, inspiration can come from anywhere. But Eddie Graham said, I need a wrestler to get over with the audience. And he said, the way the guy said it was in this video was, I'll be that nigga wrestler. I'll be that black man. I'll be the black wrestler that get over. And he used Rufus R. Jones as the template, as the inspiration. And now he starts talking with the list about being a plumber's son and how he's the American dream and how he's this and he's that. And so that started in Florida. By the time he get to Charlotte, when he comes on my map is a Mid-Atlantic, I'm like, this motherfucker is rapping and talking like he Cassius Clay. He's Muhammad Ali. He talk about hard times. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, he borrowed that from Rufus R. Jones. But he was, and then he said he took it a step further, Joe. He said he was a racist. Dustin Rhodes was a racist. And how does it feel to have his son marry a black girl? Right?
Yeah.
You remember that in the video? So I'm giving this video a lot of shine, and I'll share it with you if folks don't know.
And Brandy speaks very highly of Dustin.
Randy Orton?
No, Brandy.
Oh, well,
Cody's wife.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm not there. I'm not a wrestler. I've been to a couple of pro wrestlers talks, I call them, because they're not stand-ups. I went to Mick Foley's and Jake the Snake when they came to the Funny Bone, and they did their sets, like just talking about the wrestling business, because I was a big-time wrestling fan. And I was just like, but then I remember going to, I'm going to give y'all, and we'll wrap it up. I don't know how y'all, because I got to pee again. But, I went to the Jake the Snake's fun stand-up, and it was so many black girls, but they call them wrestling rats.
Yeah, ring rats.
Ring rats. And it was a sister that, and she was there all by herself. And I was just like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, me and Marcus went to the Jake the Snake, and he was giving us great. It was just really wrestlers telling stories, and we were just marks.
Is this before or after DDP helped him?
This was during, I would say during, this was definitely pre-COVID. So I'm going to say 17, 18, 19.
Okay.
So I want to say 18 or 17. And it was the sister that who was actually a pro wrestler. She was like, I'm just here as a Jake the Snake fan, and I'm a wrestling fan. But I'm like, baby, not for Jake. You need to be on these nuts. Jesus Christ, guys. It's 10:49. I'm gonna wrap it up. I
way over here.
Yeah, I went way over. I got plenty of material to cut, make an episode. What is this? 96?
Yeah, how about to say 69?
No, don't. Yeah, 96. I thank you guys. I will let you guys go ahead and have your final thoughts at Taking Those Shorts podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcast, but mainly TikTok and YouTube. I'm trying to grow because on Meta, I got that shit covered. But how Mick Foley say? Brent? B?
When you did that, I thought about Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh,
tough guy. Just took everything out of my head.
Tough guy.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to let the audience know where they can find you at on social media? They didn't like or do like or want to know about what you're rocking with? Let them know.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram. You can find me at Brent1437, Brent Lee1437. I'm on TikTok too. And I had a woman try to catfish me the other day. I had to block. I got a catfish. I don't have anything.
No, I got.
But she used a picture. And I was like, Google search.
Catfish, man.
I was gonna ask, do you do the dances on TikTok?
No,
I ain't doing
I'm hardly ever up there.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I go up there and comment on people and see Hall up there all the time.
Well, shout out to C Hall.
Exactly.
Doing great work.
Oh yeah.
On his TikTok. Is it at C Hall?
I think it's at C Hall. Yeah.
Yeah, at C Hall, man. Shout out to Corey. Continue to do what you do. What you're doing, bro. We love you here at Taking Those Shorts podcast. He will be back here soon. You can see him on an episode back in the archives. You good?
I'm good.
All right. VA Skates, Joey Boombatz, Joe Yates. Let everybody know where they can find your socials and anything you want to get off your chest, sir.
No, I usually get that off on the stages. VA Skates on Instagram, Twitter.
Stages being kind to you.
Yes, I'm like ecstatic that Brooklyn has a new room. So
Where's that room? I think it's pulled up.
2640 Decatur.
Southside. Okay, yeah, that's in the trenches. You were in the trenches, and I mean, honestly, you remind me, Joe, of when I wanted to go back out, and I was just like, this shit. But this is why I have this.
I couldn't imagine me doing
that. No, it shout out to you, Skates, because the environment is different and the commitment requires so much. So if nobody's ever told you, because starting out comics or comics that are where you are need to hit. I wish I had somebody to say, hey man, you're funny. There's something there. You need to keep going. It's just you're there. The Fu Manchu.
My wife keeps telling me she's going to take me to a bar.
Yeah.
And my granddaughter keeps
the Fu Manchu.
Get her to cut it.
Like you gotta know the aesthetics. Like when you walk up on stage with the vest and the Fu Manchu and all that, like
just get that Viking braid.
The audience looking at you off the top, like. And so how Tona say. One time I went up on stage, I was so depressed because I was going through a breakup. And I went up on stage, say, introducing Drake Grizzly, blah, 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 blah. I go up, give him a dap, and I'm going up on stage. And I was like, what? I'm just so laissez-faire. Like, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. My girl just put me out yesterday. I don't give a fuck if y'all find me funny or not. I come back, and he says, yo, man, energy is what you need, because that first 5 seconds, if you don't grab them, they eating, they taking a girl out on a date trying to fuck. Like, he was giving me some game, and I was just like, dude, I'm just out here trying to prove to the bitch that I just got broken up with, I'm trying to prove that I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But that advice still sticks with me today, even doing a podcast. So, don't change who you are though, because you a unique nigga.
I usually
you heard
the first few minutes up there. I usually say something that draws.
You've heard that before. You're a unique guy. Like when they introduce you, I remember when I saw you at the Monday show down in Chaco. There's like, yo, this guy coming up ain't the typical nigga. He ain't gonna hear some crazy shit from him. And Joe came up and he was just like, my wife. And I was just like, he's winning. He is winning. So for the world television champion and for Joey Boombatz Skates, I am your host, Jay Grizzly Green. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we are out.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk. We all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts Podcast, Jay Grizzly.